Yeah, this was coming. Welcome everyone to Pop Culture Omniversa. And we're talking about what was I predicted would be the best of the tie-ins after last stories of the DC universe. Death Metal, The Secret Origin, which will feature the Superboy-Prime versus the Darkest Knight, which is pretty much DC's way of saying, "Hey, I know we kept saying, even though we didn't really say it, Doctor Manhattan versus Superman, but we're gonna give you it now with." Here's the ironic thing: with who many people were saying was the overrated villain up to the 2000s, taking on the overrated villain of the 2010s. So that's gotta be saying something because a lot of people are kind of hating these two, and now they're gonna fight in edgy Mortal Kombat. And this is written by Ryan Johns. Why did I Ryan John? Why Jeff Johns? Because he has to get this in the story, and Scott Snyder. So this is clearly an essential tie-in, even though I don't think it ever said when exactly this takes place in the battle after Wonder Woman comes out of the pit. I don't know, but yeah, we cut to Earth Prime, 1984. We get some narration from Clark Kent. I was adopted, just like him. That's why my parents named me Clark Kent. They found me in a field abandoned. It always made me feel unwanted, alone. But I had Superman. I always had Superman. Until he betrayed me. And bullies come in at this local comic store saying, "Hey, Kent, you know the toll for coming in here? Pay up! This isn't your store, Kenny, and I only have enough money for the latest issue of Superman." Superman's so lame. He's not. I don't care how many of you there are. I'm not giving you anything. And the bullies take the comic from his hand and yell this: "Your parents named you after a cartoon character, but there's a big difference between Superman and you. Don't." And he destroys it, and while the bully just says, "You're the Clark Kent who bleeds. Oh, itchy." So yeah, the bullies go after him and deck him in the face, only for an unexpected arrival of water going ahead and splashing into one of the bullies' heads. "Lori, what'd you do that for?" I'm like, all I was doing was bullying this kid. Come on, if you really think about it, we're the victims here. I mean, in some twisted sense of their ideology. So, Lori says, "My mom owns the store, Kevin Braverman, not you. You jerks are banned for life for destroying merchandise." So her name was Lorene. She was my best friend. "Sorry about the comic. I can still pay for it." "Don't be silly. You were brave standing up to all of them like that." "I was brave? I barely did anything." "You were incredible." "Don't sell yourself short, Clark." "You tried. That's what counts." "Clark, you're still in here?" "Yeah, we're getting the 9 panel grid." "I'm reading, Mom." "Well, Lori's on the phone." "Lori, why didn't you say that?" Her mom owns the drugstore, right?" And we get more of the history of Lori and Superboy Prime Clark Kent, where he narrates saying, "There's a reason why I've done what I've done. It was all to get her back. Lori was my world until the end." And it was cutting to 1985. Happy Halloween, Clark. Yeah, and surprisingly, Clark Kent is reading a Crisis tie-in, where it's Superman, Supergirl. Yeah, that's probably gonna go well. Yeah? Come on, we're gonna be late. It's past 6. Sorry, I was reading the new issues of DC Comics Presents with Superman and Supergirl. It's so cool what they're doing. This big story and all these books, and I'm glad you're enjoying it, but we have things to do. Yeah, wow. You look amazing, Lori. Of course I do. Come on. Here's your costume. What is it? Take a guess. Didn't the real Superboy once have a girlfriend named Lori the Mermaid? A million years ago when my dad was a kid? Ed, she was in an old comic book. He wouldn't let me take it out of the plastic bags. It's dangerous to read comics in plastic bags. You could suffocate. Get real, Clark. And we cut to the beach, where everyone's decked out in their costumes, whereas Clark looks at the stars. gazing into the night sky. So many stars. It's beautiful. I wish I could touch them. Clark, are you okay? You've been looking up there all night. I know. I hear something. It's so weird. Like someone's calling my name from way up there. Like someone needs my help. Clark, where are you going? Up, up, and away! And he falls flat on his face. When she narrates, I'll never forget that first fall. Nice try, Superboy. Sorry, Laurie. I, I don't know what I was thinking. Let's stop thinking so much. We talked about for hours that night, about our fears, our hopes, our future together. We talked about getting married, getting a dog, kids. Even if I felt something else tugging at me, I knew where I wanted to be forever. Look at that, Laurie. Make a wish. I didn't passing by them as a comment. Only for Superboy to be flying. Clark, am I crazy or? Oh my God! Look at you. I'm flying. Laurie, I'm flying. I never even said goodbye to Laurie because of him. Excuse me, young man, but who are you? I knew that there were an infinite number of parallel Earths in the multiverse from the comics I read. I just didn't know it was all real. Everything I read, everyone I read about, I met. Someone told me I had the power to help them save all reality from the very threat I've been reading about for months. He fought as the multiverse was collapsed into one single universe. I wasn't there, but I know Laurie died. My parents, my friends, all gone. Then we cut to Infinite Crisis, and we all know how that era was. I tried really hard to accept it, but when there was a chance to bring Laurie and everyone back years later, I had to try. What are you doing? I'm not a bad guy. Get off me! I was in such pain. I lashed out. Get off! And I became a monster. And we cut to the present time, where Superboy-Prime decked out in his armor. Which leads me to now. They call me Superboy-Prime. I also was called Superman Prime for that time, but that was an awkward phase we don't want to talk about. Oh, it was something about copyright issues. But yeah. So he narrates continually with his edginess. Some lame Batman wannabe is doing what a bunch of other villains have already tried to do for some reason. Remake the entire multiverse in their vision. I feel like I've already read this story, but I've understood it better. Everything in the universe is turned upside down and jumbled like Gray's Hits and Worst Hits album. I can't figure out what's going on. The worst part about it all is I don't care anymore. And we see Superboy-Prime decked out in his armor right in front of the Superman family. Yeah, that's gotta be awkward. I've seen everyone die and come back so many times now. Some I know I killed myself, but they got rebooted or so. What does it matter? What does anything matter anymore? I mean, like, we could talk about me being rebooted constantly and then saying I did exist and then I didn't, and then saying I did exist and then they say I don't exist. Yeah, so the Superman family is talking about this, Superboy-Prime being an ally, which, was something I was questioning why Batman and Superman didn't exclaim, wait, what is he doing here? In fact, Superman doesn't even comment on it. Do you think Superboy-Prime will help us? Are you kidding, Kara? I don't care what Wonder Woman says. That psycho is only out for him to help himself. But if Wonder Woman has faith, faith in what? How many times has that tried to kill us? And yeah, he can hear them because he's Superman's alternate parallel self. Well, meanwhile, the villains are talking about this. Look at that kid. Ask me, Rudy. He's the one we should be worrying about. Kryptonite does enough work on him, but maybe he should suck up his powers before he turns on us. I don't want the jolt from that freak, Corbin. The one time he bumped shoulders with that Joker, I was tripping for a week. And unfortunately, he hears this as well. Well, getting too close to him would probably kill me. I mean, like, he is pretty much the embodiment of the internet, so yeah, yeah, he even says, that kid's poison. So, yeah, he's pretty much all by himself, and he just sits on a small ledge, just contemplating. Waiting for Crypto the Superdog to arrive. What do you want? Crypto just looks at him a little sadly and licks his tongue. What are you looking at, you stupid dog? And the dog just happily barks. Superboy-Prime reaches out and starts petting the dog. Yes, he remembers this. I remember the first story I read about you. Crypto! What the hell are you doing to him? Me? Nothing. Your dog came over here. There, you heard him and I'll beat your brains in. You got it? I'll shove that lame ass armor down your throat. I mean, like, it makes him intimidating when he has red eyes. But Superboy-Prime just retorts, keep your mud away from me. I don't like him anyhow. I never did. A flying dog in a cave? So stupid. Finally, the Batman who barfs his army, Edgy, is showing up for a fight. About time for some action. And thus the army of the Batman and his army who laughs arrives. The Batman god created 52 worlds filled with a bunch of other worlds. Superman designed to destroy us. What they don't realize is that I'm not the only one of those other worlds. Superman. I'm the most dangerous. Last time Superman had long hair, he died. I say maybe I'll get lucky again, but who are we kidding? Even if Superman dies, he always comes back. Superman even talks to Lex Luthor, which means he holds Lex Luthor more in regard than Superboy-Prime. You'll fight with us, Lex, or we're with you. Besides, killing the Superman will be good practice. It's good and bad versus the lame. Follow the Creator! Kill them all! And thus leading to the epic class Thundal clashes. And you dare strike me, saint of the Church of the Last Sons! Yeah, one of the edgy cultists just speaks about that for some reason. And he just says, he does what they all do, taunt. And he starts beating him down and lasers his skull in. He tells me that I'm beneath him, that on the world he's from, it's millions of years in the future, whatever. In that future, everyone fighting here today is placed in history books. Kara, John, and even Lex. Whole chapters of great epic stories, starring each of them. You, he says, you're barely a footnote. A petulant tyrant who cracked the universe in a tantrum. Barely heard from again. But this world doesn't matter. He doesn't. And then something happens. And as he defeats this Superman, and he suddenly gets this weird vision of of what seems to be another world. What the? When I hit this imaginary stories reject, I see the world he's from change. Why? What did I just do? I punched reality again! And he goes ahead and flies away when he realizes he needs to look into this. However, Connor retorts, I knew it! Prime's ducking out! You're no hero, you hear me? Not on this earth or any other! Any others! Just outside Earth's orbit, I see the last 52 worlds all lined up. The worlds that this bad guy created to destroy everything and everyone. And then I wonder, can I use these? Can I change all of them? If I kill this monster? And he strikes the Batman who laughs. Yes, we're ready for the fight to end all fights. Edginess versus even edgier. And we see Superboy-Prime seeing visions of stuff that never happened, such as him being part of the Justice League, him growing up with Lori, with a kid, and him an autograph signing or something like that. And he narrates this. There, I saw it again, that world. And Lori, we were happy and I was a father. Now all I hear are screams, pain and anger. Where's that bat guy hiding? So yeah, Superboy-Prime is punching reality as the Darkest Knight comments, well, Prime, it's a little more to you than I thought, isn't there? You're a funny one. Go and laugh at me, then. And he lands another punch to the Darkest Knight. You just overstayed your welcome. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. But you Your story's over. And he lands another punch which creates a supersonic boom. I said laugh! Oh, I never laugh at you, boy. What I meant by funny is, I will use the generic quote, we're not so different, you and me. Oh, goddamn it, he's so poetic and like, wow, the darkest night is deep, like a puddle of bullshit. Not that different? Heck yes, we are. I try to do the right thing. I try to murder tens of billions of people across all of reality. I went ahead and made the most violent crisis to end all crises. I went ahead and killed Connor Kent for that time he smashed himself into a tower. Wait, was that even the right thing now I think about it? But you just want to turn everything evil. No, I only want to help it evolve to where it naturally is going already. Like you. Okay, yeah, and the artwork, there's like a whole host of artists on this book, which confused me. It should have just stuck to one. But it is consistent in their way of shifting to everything. But I really wish the main artist was Ivan Riaz just because it's Ivan Riaz. Because his cover was the cover art for the original one was Ivan Riaz. And the Batman Who Laughs, aka The Darkest Night, goes ahead and narrate and wax philosophical, saying, I want darkness in everything. And you? What do you want anymore, Superboy? I can give it to you. Just stand aside. I prefer not to expend the energy to kill you. What you ever could! And smashes him through rocks. No one can! Come on! And the Darkest Night releases an energy blast towards his face. Ace where Superboy-Prime comments, kill me! I'll kill you! I'll kill you to death! Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get tempted to. I'm surprised he did not get tempted to do that line. But yeah, Superboy-Prime thinks he's won this fight where he says, I think I've won. Yeah, I'll be here. Sorry. And then I feel it. It's power right now. It could be mine. The Earth I saw with me and Lori, my Earth, I could destroy what's left of this one and get it back, and none of it matters anyway. They all hate me, so I hate back. So he prepares to strike down the Batman Who Laughs, aka The Darkest Night, aka, oh my god, the most edgiest character of the 2010s, until a bar comes out and he realizes Crypto's there, which is once again conflicting Superboy-Prime and his moral ethical standpoints. You get out of here, you stupid mutt! Go! But he can't resist petting the dog and he lets out some tears in this really confusing panel where he's just standing there like, right in front of, the Darkest Night, and I'm surprised he's not just trying to kill him in this moment of vulnerability. But then he explains why he can't kill him. You can't destroy me any more than I can destroy you. So let me help you. No! Yes, I can give you one world to be yours. Look at them down there. They aren't worth fighting for. Now, join my army of supermen, and together we will rule the... Wait, let me check the script. Wait, that's Empire. I need to salvage this, and I can give you what you've been desperate for so very long. I can give you the galaxy. Wait, why am I being Emperor Palpatine again? He's more cooler than me, honestly. And Superboy-Prime admits in a fantasy world that where he, the Justice League, the Titans all around, oh, we get something done in Troy, awesome. And the Green Lantern Corps without John Stewart, boo. Kid Flash, Wally West, why? But yeah, he narrates and says, I want to say yes, and I want to and see a world where I do, and I'm loved by everyone. I'm accepted. I become a hero again, the kind of hero I always hoped to be, but wasn't. But it's a world without my parents, without Lori. I tell Crypto to go, and then I close my hand one last time, and I let my dreams go. Landing one final strike towards the Batman who laughs as he proclaims, "No!" Shattering reality once again in an epic explosion. Lori. And he crashes. Look! The evil worlds! They're vanishing! Whoever did it, they just gave us a fighting chance. Whoever did it is dead. But who? Who did it? We'll never know. Boo! Like, that line annoyed me, honestly. I was thinking, wait, why can't no one know that Superboy-Prime just saved all their lives? Or at least gave them the fighting chance? I mean, yeah, I'm just confused at this line because Crypto is with Superboy-Prime and has now destroyed Sue, kneeling like he's Lois Lane, and Superboy-Prime is Superman being killed by Doomsday. Crypto tries to revive him and only says, and thus ending the legacy of Superboy-Prime. He will never be known as the guy who actually gave him a fighting chance because that would be too much of hope. Because I really wish I hope Connor realizes that Superboy-Prime just gave them a shot to win this fight. But that's where that ends. But the story goes on. We cut to Superboy reading the comic, saying, "Huh? What's going on? I was fighting in. That's me and Clark. You want to go get some lunch at the diner? Lori, you can't be here. I get it, Clark. Rick, you want to be left alone to read your comics? I forgot it's Wednesdays. Or are they out on Tuesdays now? No, wait. What, Clark? You're staring at me. Clark, what is it? Is it the face that my face looking like it's kind of like I'm secretly zombily possessed? Yeah, you can blame the artist for that design. Yeah, that's the one weirdness I had. Like, why is her face looking like that? But yeah, he then says, I don't know how the story ends. Or, wait, maybe I do. He'll end like all the others, where they, to be continued, they always do. Let's go outside. But you're not done? I don't need to finish this. Let's bring your dog. Dog? I don't have and we see a miniature Crypto. We see Crypto racing towards him, where the Superboy Clark goes ahead and laughs. Good dog. I thought maybe this wasn't real. Maybe I really did die, or maybe it was a trick or something, but I know it's not. I'm home. I'm really back. And it doesn't matter how. It's so bright out here. Have you noticed the colors seem so different? I guess they do seem different. I sure feel different. Do you remember that night, Lori, at the beach? Yeah. When we made our plan? Yeah, but when I flew up in the sky? Oh, Clark, you never get tired telling that story, but you know you're the Clark Kent without powers, and that's okay. And we see two kids going ahead and advocate for natural selection because one goes ahead and accidentally kicks the ball into the street, and another kid chases after it, where she yells out, "Oh no!" Oh, and the car is about to go near is driving towards the kid, which leads me to wonder why he doesn't see yet. But Clark can't help but race towards the kid because even though he turned into a murderous psychopath, he's still a Superman. Clark, what are you doing? I'm trying. Roy was right. I have to try, even if I don't have powers. Even if I'm not. Oh, well, maybe the story isn't over. I guess they never are. Or maybe you should go outside for a walk, too. And we see him end the story, lifting the car up, saving the kid's life. And we get The Secret Origin, written by Scott Snyder and Jeff Johns. So yeah, check out the epic conclusion in Death Metal 7. So yeah, that's the end of this 46-page comic. Yeah, it was a thing. It's honestly one of my favorites. It's the Superboy-Prime redemption story, and he did the thing that I thought for sure was gonna happen. He does die in the DCU. I mean, like he gets back what he wants, where he shows a moment of selflessness that gets him what he wanted, the resurrection, the return of his world, and they don't really remember what he did, the horrible stuff when okay, so remember in Legion of Three Worlds, they go ahead and put him back on Earth Prime, only for his parents to realize what he's done and Lori to realize what he's done and see him as a monster. And that's not really a redemption arc. That's more like, hey, let's put him in hell. And now he chooses one act of selflessness, and it gets him what he wants in his heart to get Lori back. And now he gets to have a chance to be Superman if he wants to. Oh, and they're recreating the car without destroying it thing from Action Comics #1. But yeah, this was a pretty good story. I did love the redemption arc they told. Well, it turns out we just need Crypto to be the hero of the story for that. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of hilarious when you think about it. But yeah, the fact that Jeff Johns wrote this and whatnot, like you can tell there are certain moments where he has the edginess attitude, where he's trying to be edgy, be that meta commentary on all these characters are horrible. But yeah, remember how I mentioned how Doctor Manhattan, if Doctor Manhattan was anyone who would go crazy, real having to deal with reboots constantly happening in the DC universe, all the crises that happened. Now imagine Superboy-Prime going through that, but he was trapped in prison in the Source Wall, then got out when the Source Wall was destroyed, and then reboots happened, and then he realized no one remembers me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he should have lost his mind. So yeah, and people commented on this saying like everyone was shocked that that the Batman Who Laughs has achieved what they all thought was impossible to make Superboy-Prime likable. And people said this is one of the best redemption stories right now. And yeah, there's a ton of things that people were saying. And this was the ending. I'm hoping that they don't go back and revisit him because I feel like this is where it should stop. Where his character storyline, his arc comes to an end. 15 years since they turned him into a villain. It really should just stop here, even if they offer that to be continued moment at the end. I just feel like it should stop here. Like that's the only way they should stop the Superboy-Prime. Like this is it. He's done. Let's write him off. We got him his ending. We can end it here. And yeah, somebody tells me I wouldn't be surprised if DC Comics somehow brought him back and wrecked everything because of course they would. But also at the same time, Jeff Johns is the guy that usually likes to write Superboy-Prime. Like Ian Scott Snyder admitted when he was writing Superboy-Prime, he kept going to Jeff Johns for advice how to write the character, which is telling of everything. But yeah, so yeah, this was a pretty good issue. It didn't go with the last stories of the DCU logic where they go ahead and tell you when this exactly takes place. But yeah, I do hope that the heroes do learn that Superboy-Prime is the one that gave them their fighting chance, much to Connor Kent's shock and amazement and probably the rest of the Titans. So we'll have to see if that ever gets revealed down the road or in Death Metal 7. But yeah, that's about it. Pop Culture Omniversa presents Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Secret Origin #1, and with my special Gary Frank Brad Anderson variant cover. Yay! I still need to get my other stuff shipped. Midtown Comics is taking a little longer, probably because of holidays and whatnot. But we'll see when that comes out. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other channels in the description, and stay tuned for more. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace and up, up, and away!